The UNSC knows John Halo fucked a Covenant spy.
If people blame the fucking
I am not much of a drinker anymore, but I wanted to take the edge off before I sat down to watch this fantastic TV show. I took a nice long pull on a bottle of rum thinking it would soften the blow. Episode 3 is the kind of bad I can't even laugh at. I had some moments during 1 and 2 that the unintentional comedy elements helped me push through the sludge to the very end. Episode 3 had a couple of moments that made me do that thing where you pause and pinch the top of your nose between the eyes and recalibrate yourself before continuing forward. I know the show is an utter disaster and completely disrespectful to Halo and the fans, but it's really starting to get under my skin that these asshole showrunners announced that A, they listened to fan feedback, and B, they were ignoring a lot from the first season. You fuckers were lying through your teeth just to hopefully get that $6 2-month subscription from the people that have helped keep Halo relevant since 343 took over. It's gross. You guys are gross. It makes me happy that I still see people in random threads surprised that the season is even out yet, because I want this show to be cancelled. You don't deserve Halo. Halo is an absolute goldmine for amazing entertainment and money. It blows my mind that Paramount is treating this IP the way that they are. But hey, everything else is going up in flames, so why not throw Halo on the pile? These are self-absorbed narcissists after all. Okay, let's talk about episode 3. We kick off with Silver Team patrolling through the forest, heading towards the communications array. I appreciate the color grading here, it's dark and ominous, really setting up a suspenseful atmosphere. The comms are very staticky, and you're not sure what might be out there. Cobalt is not responding. We knew this would happen, but why aren't they responding? Is Chief insane, or is the Covenant on reach? Well, we know because we've seen the wonderful McKee and her elite bodyguard already, but the characters don't know that. John Halo might be crazy. There's no way the Covenant is here already. In all reality, the UNSC and ONI should be on board with the fact that the Covenant is here, but FleetCom doesn't believe that the Covenant is on reach. Silver Team is on their own. I guess John Halo being their so-called best Spartan doesn't go a very long way. While Silver Team is chatting with each other, they clarify that it was the Covenant about 4 times during the conversation. We get it. The Spartans don't act like Spartans. They're trying to sell Silver Team's distrust of John Halo way too hard, and it comes off goofy in this otherwise suspenseful setting. The Halo TV series intro kicks off, and I really hate that the intro has the Halo theme. Go ahead, guys, just keep picking and choosing what to pillage while throwing out whatever you want. The only reason I bring this up is I saw a few big-time Halo channels talking about how they were happy that the Halo theme is in the Halo TV series intro. I don't really understand why you would like it if you otherwise think the show is shit. The best scenes in this show are when John Halo has his helmet on and stops talking so much. This beginning here has John Halo acting somewhat like Master Chief despite acting like a completely different person when he's out of the armor. They're currently clearing the comms array.
And there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
They're using hand signals and keeping everything they're doing very quiet. I like that touch. But most of what I have to praise about this show comes from little details like this. All of a sudden, a bunch of Oni soldiers just come out of nowhere to arrest Master Chief and Silver Team. It was like a setup to get them in and ambush them for an arrest. People were clearly here, as we see food left on a desk, and Vanek mentions whoever was here left in a hurry, but I guess that's not important. The Covenant is clearly here, people are missing, people are dead, but let's waste time arresting Silver Team. That's what's important. This woman who's in charge of the Oni soldiers has some fucking cojones. She was standing right in front of Chief, putting her gun at his head, telling him to stand down. I know he's retarded, but he's still a genetically enhanced super soldier with Mjolnir armor and energy shields. Like, how do you guys expect to stop these Spartans if they decide to fight you? You're all dead if that happens. I'd be way less confrontational with Silver Team if I were in her position, but whatever. Chief pushes her out of the way and went through the door to find no evidence of Cobalt Team or the Covenant. So this episode is still going to be wasting time with John Halo trying to prove that he's not insane. I don't know how any of this is happening. Is anybody going to check in on the missing 2 squads of Marines? that one retard got killed? Why does no one seem to care about Reach's security and defenses against the Covenant? Why are we spending so much time on this plot element? Supposedly, Cobalt Team is missing, and we know for a fact those Marines are dead. So why are we wasting time on this? Why is Command acting so stupid and incompetent as hell? Oh, because this show is stupid, and the showrunners are incompetent as hell. That would explain it. We are now with Akerson and his senile dad having a conversation that they've had before. His dad's actor is selling the fact that he's frustrated with his mental capacity pretty well. Akerson told him that he has to go away and his dad can't come with him. His dad talks about how he built a bridge you can see from the window, and when it was done, he walked across with James's mom and big sister. He mentioned how she held his hand and she wanted to walk the whole way instead of being carried. The little story about him and his daughter on the bridge was pretty good to me. As a father, it reminds me of when my daughter was a little 2-year-old that wanted to walk and hold our hands rather than be carried when we went on little family walks. We find out in the conversation that Akerson's mom and sister are both dead. In isolation, that scene was pretty touching. I dig it. It achieved the incredible feat of making me feel something, an increasingly rare phenomenon in this show. We are now back to the stupidity. Keyes is now scolding John Halo for going on his little mission. In Combat Evolved, Keyes had the utmost respect for Master Chief, and Master Chief had the utmost respect for Keyes. I hate this. They're calling Chief's after-action report on Sanctuary delusional. This is great. After some yelling back and forth, Silver Team gets suspended. This is the kind of bad I can't even laugh at. I had to pause the TV and recalibrate for a little bit. Master Chief is desperately trying to prove that he's not insane.
How did it come to this?
This ain't it, man. John Halo is suspended from active duty until he clears a psych eval. John Halo is starting to yell at Keyes, asking if it's him or Akerson making these calls. Keyes says that he's the only reason John Halo isn't facing a court-martial, which if you don't know, very serious punishment. Silver Team have to rack their suits until further notice. Great. The Covenant is on Reach, and Silver Team don't have access to their armor. Fantastic. Venick and Riz storm off like a couple of pissed-off teenagers. Dude, what the fuck are you doing in this show? John Halo yells that they haven't been dismissed, and they couldn't give less of a fuck. Oh my god, everything is so wrong here. This is the conversation between John Halo and Kai after the other two leave. When did you start questioning my judgment? Since you started seeing dead people. I didn't tell anybody that you saw McKee on Sanctuary. I'm trying to be your friend. I don't need a friend. I need a Spartan. Kai storms off. Chief yells after her that she hasn't been dismissed. Every single one of his Spartans left, despite his orders not to. He has no power. He has no authority. He has no balls. He has no helmet. Exactly how I remember Master Chief from the games. Fantastic. Ah, yes. We're back on Asteroid Planet. I really don't give a shit about this plotline. There is so much material to pull from for the fall of Reach, but when we are on Reach, we have an overly emotional Chief trying to prove he isn't insane. And then we cut to this dumbass asteroid planet nobody gives a shit about. Anyways, everybody is eyeballing Soren's wife. Quan tried to help her by punching and kicking her, then telling her she's in danger. Quan, you suck. Soren's crew are hanging out at his place, waiting for the wife to show up so that they can take her and her son away. Her son is playing with the now leader of this pirate faction with Master Chief action figures. I don't know if that would actually be a thing in this universe. They didn't even have a picture of Master Chief at the end of Halo 3 when they suspected he was dead. He was too busy getting shit done than signing deals for little action figures. They just scratched his number into the monument. The idea that he has the same Halo toys my kids have just hits very fucking weird. It's like a Halo Infinite product placement, because they look just like those ones, but they don't get close enough to be sure. I don't think that works. You know, on second thought, I could totally see this John Halo being so vain that he would want his armor sold in stores near you because he can't stop taking his helmet off, so I feel like this John Halo has a massive ego problem. I'm surprised the toys the kid was playing with didn't have his helmet off. The pirate girl seems to have some real contention towards Soren's wife, but then we cut away. John Halo now has 2 Oni personnel escorting him to the psych eval. John Halo says, "If you guys get any closer, we're gonna have to start talking about our feelings." I mean, you're going to a psych eval, so you're absolutely about to talk about your feelings. This shitty joke would have been better, or at least made more sense, if he made a gay joke, but either option sucks. It would have just made more sense. I'm sure they're not allowed to make gay jokes in this show because that's too offensive. But we can absolutely show humans and aliens getting killed and dissected because today's society makes so much sense. The 2 people lead him to an elevator where he punches both of them and knocks them out. I think they were trying to do a callback to Captain America Winter Soldier. We now cut to Riz going back to the blind Spartan's house, and the other guy there is in a relationship with the blind Spartan. Reason confirmed why they couldn't put a gay joke in this show. Listen, showrunners, it's okay to have one character make a gay joke and for another character in your show to be gay. I love spending time in our Halo TV show establishing these 2 dudes love each other. We are now having a dinner between Riz, blind dude, and blind dude's boyfriend or husband or whatever. And this is just one of those many moments in the show where I have to stop and think, I'm watching Halo. Riz wants to stop being a Spartan. Riz wants to stop being a Spartan now, I guess. I didn't edit that blooper out because I thought it accurately represented how I was feeling when trying to say that out loud. She asks him how she can leave all that Spartan stuff behind, and he smiles. And I cringed. Kai is now talking to Akerson on John Halo's behalf. They're really selling the plot of John Halo being crazy. I can't even laugh at this. This sucks. Kai wants to be redeployed without her team until John Halo gets better. Akerson said, what if he doesn't get better? She said, it's Chief, like that means anything in this universe. Akerson calls back to his dad's mental state by saying some people don't get better. Akerson told her about John Halo incapacitating the Oni people and escaping the facility. He asked if John's head has been fucked up since they removed Cortana or since he fucked McKee. That was in his file, by the way. The UNSC knows John Halo fucked a Covenant spy.
People blame the fucking...
We're now back with Quan. Quan and Soren's wife are talking. Quan is butthurt because her family has protected Madrigal for generations, and the Covenant showed up and wiped out the planet. They're trying to make this dramatic, but this just makes me laugh. Fuck you, Quan. Like a frumpy 20-year-old could do anything to stop that from happening. Fuck off.
And your dad's dead. Get over your dead parents already.
They're trying to hijack a ship, and Quan says to blend in while they're walking through the docking bay. Nobody's wearing hoods. They're not even trying to blend in at all. I just kept waiting for them to be seen, because, they literally weren't trying at all. Soren's wife's hair stands out like a sore thumb. Somehow, they don't get noticed, and they stole a ship. But it ends up not working. The pirate people close the blast doors, preventing the ship from leaving. Mom says she's gonna stay behind and sacrifice herself, and tells Quan to take care of her son. Make Quan do it and stay and take care of your son yourself. I'm not letting Quan raise my kids. I'd be like, bitch, you need to sacrifice yourself so I can be my kid's dad. Your people are dead, Quan. At least Soren's wife still has a son. Soren's wife's got some moves, though. She fucks up the pirates a little bit, and then they subdue her, of course. We're back at Reach City. Such a stupid fucking name. That's like saying, hey, let's go take a vacation to Earth City on planet Earth. Cobalt Team's bodies are laying in the morgue, and we have Akerson, Keys, and some Oni soldiers. I guess Cobalt Team got ghosted by the Covenant, even though they're Spartans. I thought your emotional inhibitors made you guys more effective than Silver Team. John Halo's retarded, and he was able to take out like 20 sword elites. But no, Cobalt Team just got ghosted off screen, and now Akerson is covering it up. What? Why cover up this incredibly important bit of information? They recognize that it was plasma scarring in the area, and that the Covenant absolutely got them, but they're covering everything up. Again. What? Why? Hold on to your butts for the big I told you so when John Halo finds out that Oni was covering everything up. Akerson and Keyes start to argue. Keyes wants to know how long he's known about the Covenant being on Reach. Before I continue, I just want to point out, I don't know exactly how much time has gone by in this show because they're never clear about that kind of stuff. But the main plot has been, the Covenant's on Reach. No it's not. The Covenant's on Reach. No it's not. Chief, you're crazy. And I feel like we've been spending so much time doing this. If the Covenant's on Reach, which we know that they are, what the fuck are they doing? Just start attacking, start blowing shit up. End this plot line so we can move on. We're sick of it. Keyes says they need to activate the winter contingency. Good job. You guys got that from the game. Keyes threatens to inform command immediately, and Akerson says that their superiors are well aware of the Covenant being on Reach. So in the game, Reach was desperately being evacuated, but I guess in this show, Reach has been completely written off. That's cool. They've had days to begin evacuation, but Akerson says they can't because it'll cause a panic. Well, no shit, my dude. You still need to do it, though. They're wasting days that they could be using to get ready for this fight. Or evacuating. Or both. Crazy idea. Akerson, what the fuck, bro? He tells Keyes that there's a plan in place, but it's going to take some hard decisions. Keyes tells Akerson to go fuck himself. I'm feeling the same way too, bro. Akerson said we'll live to fight another day. Akerson wants to sacrifice Reach for a chance to fight another day. This show is amazing. I'm really happy I'm playing through Reach with my daughter right now. The game is so much better. The game is so much fucking better. Now John is hanging out with Parangoski eating soup. This was such a shit joke. John Halo says, I believe the Covenant is here. To which Parangoski asks, in the ramen? On Reach. Like, what the fuck was that? Chief gets a little emotional during their conversation. Parangoski is still Oni, I guess, and has been playing John Halo. Good job getting duped again, dude. Some Oni soldiers stand up to stop John from leaving, to which Parangoski waves them off. Like, yeah, good luck, guys. He may be stupid, but he's still super strong. We're now back with Halsey, and Akerson stopped by to say goodbye. He tells her he's going to use all of her research to make a new generation of Spartans. I'm memeing a bit here, but I can kind of see Akerson's angle now, in regards to abandoning Reach. The Spartans in this show are dumb as fuck, and he wants to make an army of new Spartans to fight the Covenant. Not really worth abandoning Reach for, but from a meme perspective, I kinda get it. John sucks. Let's make a new one. We find out Halsey kidnapped Akerson's sister for the Spartan program, and she died during the augmentations. Akerson has been sending in flash clones of his sister, so Halsey has to watch her die over and over again. Before he leaves, he drops Soren off in her prison, and then he fucks off. I wonder how this will go. We're now back with the amazing B-plot with Soren's wife. There is no honor amongst thieves, I guess. They fucked over Soren for the money he got from Magical. I don't remember them being a part of his magical escapades, but okay. I guess Quan somehow ghosted the entire ship of pirates. They're really trying to sell her as the super badass assassin or something. They literally have her acting like Riddick. They even have a scene of her tapping her knife on a railing to draw the pirates towards her, so that she can silently take out this entire group of people that are all larger and more armed than she is, because if it happens off screen, we're just supposed to believe that shit. Only difference was Riddick was pretty jacked, so it was a little bit more believable. The Riddick movies are not even comparable to how much better they are than this show, which is hilarious to say out loud. We're back with Akerson and his dad, thankfully. Akerson gave his dad a death pill so the Covenant can't get him. It's a rather heartbreaking scene in this otherwise retarded TV show, but now that I know that Akerson is ditching Reach to fight another day, it kind of undercuts the whole thing. I feel like if this scene happened the same night the Covenant started their invasion and Akerson wasn't running away, it would have been a much stronger scene. Like, hey dad, we're going to start fighting and trying to evacuate who we can, but it's going to be absolute chaos. I might die, but neither of us want the Covenant to kill you. And then he gives him a pill. Obviously, I'm just spitballing here. I just don't like that he's decided to abandon Reach when that wasn't the vibe of the game at all. In Halo Reach, when the game starts out, you feel like you actually have a chance to stop the Covenant. But when you blow up the supercarrier, like over 300 ships show up and you're like, okay, we're fucked. We need to get out of here. But they don't hide it from the people because A, how could they? And B, that's a really fucked up thing to do. Akerson made a flash clone of his sister to give his dad one last time to see her. It's probably the nicest thing he could do for his dad in these circumstances. In complete isolation, I like these scenes with his dad a lot. Pluck them out and put them in a much better show. Chief is now with Corporal Perez at a church. They both found out that they both saw McKee on Sanctuary. John's not crazy. I mean, we knew that, but he thought he was losing his shit. The trailer line is happening now. An elite is broadcasting a prayer in Sangheili about the incoming destruction of Reach. The corporal is translating the Sangheili prayer. Don't know why she can do that, but maybe Marines know Sangheili? Who knows? The line I couldn't hear at all when I did my trailer reaction was, "Know that I am the instrument of your extinction." Some eagle-eared viewers aptly commented that after I couldn't hear it at all. Then a big explosion happens and the episode ends. So that was episode 3. Let's start off with the fact that they were actually able to end episode 3 with a proper cliffhanger. Episode 1's hook, if you can call it that, was that Quan was still alive, and episode 2's supposed hook was McKee was still alive. Well, somehow. Because she should be fucking dead. This one ends with an explosion, signifying the Covenant invasion. Too bad I don't really give a shit about any of these people. I guess now that Akerson is a total dick, the only character I really care about is Perez, but like, barely. I guess I kind of care about Keyes, because he hasn't really given me a reason not to. Kai seems to be the closest Spartan resembling a Spartan in the game during this season, and I'm using that phrase very loosely. You know, I'll probably start rooting for the Covenant in the next episode during the attack, because Season 1 and Season 2 have made me really not care about the humans in this universe. By the show standards, of course, not the games. You know what? I'm rooting for the elites and the grunts, baby. I think Riz is an absolute lost cause of a character. Just let her die in that apartment building when the missiles start coming down, like she doesn't even have a chance. I hope when the Covenant's invading, Chief dies without his armor, and then we find out that he's just been an insane person this entire time that thought he was a Spartan, but he was making it all up. He's just some homeless dude, and just before he dies, the real Master Chief comes out of nowhere and kills the elite that was about to kill him. And then the camera zooms out, and he looks nothing like Pablo Schreiber. It was just his fabricated image of himself, and John proceeds to actually scratch that. John isn't even in here yet. Noble 6 comes out of nowhere, kills the elite, and saves the insane dude John Halo. And that's when the real show kicks off. The last season and a half was a joke, guys. We're kicking this off with Noble 6 right now. Oh man, that would be pretty awesome. I've heard that the 4th episode is supposed to be very action-packed. Now, I'm not usually like this, but since the action is kind of the only thing I can praise in this show, outside of scenes like the one with Akerson and his dad, I am kind of happy I might be able to get through next week's episode rather painlessly. Don't get me wrong, I love action, but I just prefer it when it services a compelling story arc. And this show is dumb as fuck. Now, this show isn't all bad. I got a pretty cool comment on one of my recent videos where essentially this guy didn't know anything about Halo, watched the show, thought it was piss, decided to go play the games, and is now a super fan. Look at that, the Halo TV show bringing us all together. I'll tell you what video game numbers did not go up after the Halo TV series Season 1. I've tried getting into that game multiple times, but just don't really care about it. So, speaking of Halo video games, I'm gonna hop off here and go play some MCC. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys and gals at the Episode 4 breakdown.
Fly, you fools!